Diego Mejia, Speed International. Jacques, following up a bit on Bob's question, do you see this as a second opportunity to break into Sprint Cup, and where will your focus be after this weekend? Will it be here? Will it be F1?
Well, first we have to qualify. This is not a qualified car, so that creates another level of pressure. So we'll have to spend today just working on the qualifying setup and getting used to the track to try and make the show. That's the main issue right now, and hopefully it won't rain. Then we'll see how it goes after that. If we can have a good race, then it will definitely be an important one for what happens in the future.
David Caravella, NASCAR.com. Jacques, having won here and having an appreciation for how difficult this place is, if Jimmy Johnson becomes the first driver to win 3 straight races here in any discipline, what kind of accomplishment would that be in your mind?
Well, he's a great driver. He's been winning on every kind of track. He's even won on road course now. So he's definitely a great driver, and he seems to be able to focus on working on what if there's something he's not as good at as the rest, as other type of tracks, he'll work on it and he'll get better at it, and that's great, which means he could probably be competent and very good in any form of racing.
Ed Hinton again. Jacques, could you talk a little bit about why, after you were kind of done with Formula One, that you didn't seem to have any interest at all in running in the Indy Racing League and those types of cars? Could you talk about your reasons for not being so interested?
Because after the split, which was '96, I think, after the split, it went from being a top-notch series to it wasn't at the same level as Formula One anymore. Where before that it was quite close. It was international. And the perception was that high as well. And after that, it split into 2 series, and it became 2 half series. So it felt like it would be a step back. It definitely was not at the level of NASCAR. Now it's a single series again, and it can build up again to what it used to be.
Do you have any interest in doing it looking forward now?
I don't know. There were some options to do it this year, but my focus was either on NASCAR or Formula One, which are still the 2 top forms of racing in the world.
Jacques, at Elkhart Lake, you appeared to be genuinely having fun in that car. Of course, except for the end when you had the electrical problems. Was that the case? Did you find it fun? Do you find it fun driving these cars?
Oh, it was extremely enjoyable to drive. Whenever you can get a car that you can do whatever you want with it, point it in the direction you want, just lean on it the way you want, and change the way it reacts just by the way you drive, you always have a lot of fun. And the racing was great, the overtaking, the racing with the other guys. So it was, when you can get that, you can jump out of the car with a big smile. And so that's why I'm very happy with the team. And since Montreal, they've been giving me a great car, and my Dollar General car has always been competitive. It almost becomes a second skin, a part of you, and that's when it becomes a lot of fun. Well, it would be great, definitely. Elkhart Lake was a good show for us and gave us confidence at least for the road courses. But right now, my main focus is here in the Brickyard. That's the biggest challenge.
Diego Mejia again. Just following up on the F1 thing, how much have you advanced on that plan? I mean, how close is it to being together, and how high do you think a new team can realistically aim, looking at what the new teams have done so far this year?
Well, the first season, not much, because every new team, if you look at the new teams this year, they got going very late, and obviously with not enough budget. So there's very little that can be accomplished in the first year, and the problem is when they start like that, they can't build on the following year and so on. So it's a vicious circle. I'm here in North America right now, working on the NASCAR. So I'm not really on top of what's happening in Europe right now.
Jacques, Dick Mittman, 500 old timers. 15 years ago, driving in the turn 1 in an Indy car, How long do you think it'll take you to customize yourself to going into turn one in a stock car, which may be totally different?
It will be totally different because every time I would get back into the Indy car, I knew that the corners could be flat out. So by lifting just a little bit, you'd be safe. Where now in the NASCAR, when I'll get in, I have no idea what how much braking you need and so on. So that will take a few laps to just figure out what I should be doing. And until you get to that point, there's no you can't work on the setup because you're not actually driving the car on its limit or close to its limit. So you need to get there before you can actually work on the setup.
The questions for Jacques? Hearing none, it's great to have you back, Jacques. It's always good when a former champion returns home.